There is an estimated 15 million Jewish people living in the world today. They are the literal descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are the apple of God's eye. They are to be our first focus in proclaiming the gospel message. It is through their unbelief as a nation that we have obtained mercy. They are the olive tree that we are grafted into. But they are lost. They need atonement.
In fact, the only literal first-hand account of someone being in hell that we have is that of a Jewish person in Luke chapter 16.
And his plea was for someone to warn his brethren. How can we reach so many when the time that we have to do so is so short? We are working on something at Jewish Awareness Ministries. We have built a radio station. But it's not just any radio station. It exists for the sole purpose of reaching Jewish people worldwide with the message of the gospel. Our new radio station, ShalomShalom.radio, is an internet radio station that broadcasts worldwide via the internet. Shalom Shalom is Hebrew for perfect peace. According to data, forecasts suggest that as much as 68.4% of internet users will become internet radio listeners by 2018. In 2016, out of all of those that listened to the radio, 81% did so by the internet. Internet radio is an amazing tool, a tool that is perfect for reaching the scattered clusters of Jewish people across this globe, no matter what state, city, or country they live in. Many times, in speaking to Jewish people about the gospel, there is a hesitancy based on the pressure that they feel from their family and their friends. This is where ShalomShalom.radio has a huge advantage. A private, one-on-one connection to the listener. You see, if they are alone, they are much more likely to hear what you have to say, to accept gospel literature, or even to accept Jesus as their Messiah. Listeners will be encouraged in the privacy of their home to trust Jesus as their personal Savior and Messiah. We have created an email address for the specific purpose of corresponding with unsaved Jewish people regarding questions that they might have about things they have heard on our radio station. This email address is mentioned often on our broadcast. It is also embedded directly in our website as well as in our mobile apps. There are currently 3 ways that you can listen to ShalomShalom.radio. Through your web browser at ShalomShalom.radio, our mobile apps available on the App Store and on Google Play, and the TuneIn radio app, which has 60 million active users, where you can search for ShalomShalom.radio and our station will show up.
In Jeremiah chapter 23 in verses 5 and 6, we are told, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch."
I'd like to share with you some of the programs, teaching, and music that is regularly featured on our broadcast. We have programs like Answers from the Tanakh, where we share with Jewish people prophecies about the Messiah based in the Hebrew Scriptures.
See, what the Bible tells us, the Jewish Bible tells us, is that God would become man.
The Forbidden Book refers to the New Testament and shows Jewish people the truth that the New Testament is a Jewish book. Hanotzrim is Hebrew for the Christians. This program shows the true history of the real followers of Jesus, as opposed to the false church, which has brought so much persecution and hatred directed towards Jewish people. Real Shalom talks about how to have true and lasting peace. Shalom Aleichem is our interview program, where we interview believers, many times Jewish believers in Jesus, share their testimony with an unsaved Jewish audience. We have the cooperation and permission of One for Israel and JewishTestimonies.com to use their Jewish Testimonies of Salvation as audio programs on our radio station.
Was that Jesus Yeshua was not for the Jews. Now I'm 100% sure as I look at the Torah and I read the Bible that Jesus is for the Jews.
I just couldn't find any more excuses. I noticed that he was the lamb, not the lion. And he didn't kill me. He didn't put me in a camp. He didn't kill my family. That he died for me. Did you know that? He died for me. He loved me this much that he gave himself for me. I'm Jewish, you see. I found the God of Israel.
We have permission from Christian organizations such as Eternal Productions and Day of Discovery to use their programming on our radio station, as it is very fitting for an unsaved Jewish audience. Such things as the program God of Wonders, which focuses on creation versus evolution, as many Jewish people are atheistic and don't even believe that God exists. Day of Discovery has produced a program called the Jewish Foundations of Christianity, which is very interesting for an unsaved Jewish person to hear, as they are taught to believe that Christianity is a Gentile religion. ShalomShalom.radio also features a lot of music with a Jewish flavor, but is evangelistic in its message. We have the cooperation and permission of Marty Getz. Sarah Lieberman. Echad.
How I praise you, Lord, rock of my salvation. You I praise from shore to shore in all your creation.
And many others, including the Liberated Wailing Wall. All of this music is for the purpose of pointing listeners towards Jesus as the Messiah, and prepares their hearts for the other programming that they will hear, such as the Bible teaching and preaching, or the testimonies or interview programs. All of the programs and music are focused towards answering the Jewish people's question in a Jewish context, with a Jewish perspective, with the goal of reaching them with Jesus, the Jewish Messiah. God told Isaiah in Isaiah 62, verses 6 and 7, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest, till he establish, and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. God has commanded us to be watchmen unto the house of Israel. If we don't warn them, who will? ShalomShalom.radio enables us to be watchmen that are never silent. We are now broadcasting the gospel message with a Jewish perspective across the globe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The book of Romans says, For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? You have an amazing opportunity to be a part of this ministry. Like the Apostle Paul, we desire fruit that might abound to your account. See, the thing about ShalomShalom.radio is its effectiveness is directly parallel to the amount that we can get the word out about it. A Jewish person will never listen to ShalomShalom.radio if they've never learned of its existence. That's why advertising is vital to the success of ShalomShalom.radio. We currently have about 42 hours of programming.
Once we reach 100 to 200 hours, we will begin an advertising campaign across this nation and even across the globe.
We have printed 20,000 business cards advertising ShalomShalom.radio. We have sent these to scores of our partnering churches so that they can reach their Jewish communities with the message of Jesus the Messiah. We would be glad to send some of these to you, as they can be given out now, proclaiming and pointing Jewish people to Jesus, the Jewish Messiah. Are you ready to become a watchman by partnering with us? You can call us at 919-275-4477, or you can email us at office@jewishawareness.org. You can also donate online at jewishawareness.org/donate, and just put radio in the description box and then click donate. May God bless you as you prayerfully consider joining with us in this outreach. Shalom.